Hi, my name is Jonathan Gould. I'm the chair of the high school student design competition. This year we've asked students to design a bridge connecting over the Chattahoochee River, connecting to the Science Center, which is the advanced competition. We're really excited this year's entries. The entries this year have been phenomenal in quality. We're really excited to see the amount of hand drawing and hand sketching we're getting to show the development of the process, from the initial idea to the full blown out concept, and then just the use of the computer programs that people are showing their mastery and skill over Revit and SketchUp and other design tools that are available. It's been wonderful and refreshing to see. But more importantly, it's important that we're seeing the development of these concepts, these ideas that the students are pulling out of this program that we've given them, and showing the development from an initial sketch into the final thought-out process. A concept such as the use of nature, the use of water, the idea of the human body, embodying some of the design that's coming forward. It's just been thrilling and wonderful to see how these young students are developing and really applying the skills that they're learning in architecture.
Chris WELTY, I'm currently president of AI Atlanta, and I teach architecture up at Kennesaw State University. So there was a huge range of ideas in all the projects, and it seems the ones that were able to really understand how the program brief was written and look at the different aspects of the site and how the people would occupy the projects and how they'd move through it. Those were the ones that were the most successful. So I think as a student, there's always this big rush to jump right into the digital world. And the ones that seemed to be the most successful were the ones that started to really think about the project with gesture and ideas, sketching and starting to capture their ideas before they moved into the computer. One of the simplest ones was for the beginning project for the bridge. And the student described how they love standing by the river and skipping rocks across the river. And that led to a bridge that started to have a series of small circles that went from large to small, just like the stone as it skipped across. And then to hold it up, it actually used kind of a series of arches that went along the way. It was really beautifully done.
My name is Carmen. I'm a project architect with Robert Kane Architect here in Atlanta, and I am one of the AIA Georgia board directors. Some of the concepts were really good and they really followed through with the design. In the end, some of them, I think that they had a great idea, but they lacked the presentation. Some of the ones that I loved were the ones that actually took the idea from the beginning all the way through the end. You can see that in the renderings, you can see it in the floor plans, you can see how it connects to the environment and everything that is around the bridge. The ones that I like the most are the ones where they thought outside the box. So they came out with a more interesting roof or a more interesting idea or a structure that was just not an ordinary bridge. And I think that's what I really liked about it, that they stepped outside the typical, this is a bridge, how can I make it look better? And I really love that.
My name is Ralph Raymond. I'm an HOK architect and associate. What's great to see is the different mediums that they've been able to project their ideas upon. So the creativity ranges from different sketch types, mediums as clip outs, cutouts, as well as 3D graphics and generated computer graphics. So it's really great to see that breadth of information displayed in multiple ways. And so it's really powerful to see those students using those tools that they have at their disposal to create those ideas, creating these spaces. So basically the more out of the box have been really successful in that they give you that wow factor immediately. So you see it and you say, how does that work? How does that happen? And you see it and then you want to explore it more. So some have been weird shapes, some have been more biophilic or more natural, since we are talking about a project in a natural setting. So seeing something that really speaks to that setting, a little bit out of the box and a little bit less pragmatic, is really powerful as well.
I'm Montana Ray. I'm a third-year architecture student at Georgia Tech, and I won the high school design competition for the advanced project in 2015. There have definitely been a lot of great projects. What's been really good is the students that really focus on the layout of the board and actually taking time to determine what plans, what sections, any elevations, and what concepts they kind of started out with in the process of seeing that move through. Those have been extremely successful. Any student who focused on the kind of natural element of of the kind of surrounding context and not just placing a structure or building or bridge or anything just on the site, but integrating it into it, recognizing the context that surrounds it. Those have also been very successful. Yeah, seeing the intensity of what happens behind the scenes, it's definitely eye-opening to how important the layout of the boards are, because one of the things that I'm realizing is that when a board is seen, it's that first thing that we get. Like, yeah, there may be beautiful design and images that back it up, but if the board isn't really laid out in a proper or engaging manner, it's definitely one of the ones that gets considered to be weaker among all the submissions.
My name is Mike Turner. I'm with YKK AP America. I'm part of the executive team there, and we're proud to sponsor the 2019 High School Design Competition. I think it's important to encourage the students to compete in the design, because no matter what area of architecture they go in, whether it's on the supporting side with the manufacturers trying to support the vision of the architects or architects themselves, creativity in the process and the thought process that gets them to final designs is very important. I believe this design competition does a good job in doing that. What I really enjoyed about the projects that I saw and the way that the judges looked at the designs was really trying to understand the passion and the process that yielded the final design. And I believe that was very important to the judges, and it was very important to see that in the entries.
Well, one of the main thing is that they still have to sketch. And I think when you hand sketch, don't just hand sketch a floor plan, think about the entire building. And I think that the students need to, if you use CAD, then you have to learn how to use 3D and you have to sketch. Sketch as much as you can, hand sketches.
Yeah, so the translation from idea to the computer tends to be the place where things either really emerge great or they fall apart. And so that mastery, and how can you use the computer as a tool to help kind of express your vision without stifling your vision, I think is the real trick.
Well, I think first of all was the concept. I was impressed by the ideas that these high school students have. I mean, I was really impressed.
One of the comments made was that we like to see which project wants us to see more, which project is engaging us in a way that we want to see what comes next or what this project could possibly turn into.
You always want to take it to a certain point where the imagination hasn't stopped. So you take us to a point on this journey, and then you leave that imagination right at the cusp before it ends, and you still allow us to get in there and dream with you.
I didn't realize the amount of effort and the amount of thought and conversation that went into each of the projects. Your projects are actually taken seriously and they're discussed, and we really care about them. They become kind of our own as we go throughout the day.
Argued about.
Yeah, exactly.
We want to give a big thank you to our sponsors this year. YKK AP and Georgia Tech have graciously sponsored this program and allowed us to give our scholarships to every student. And then of course we want to thank our teachers and parents who have been so supportive in developing this program over the past 13 years. It's been amazing to see this program grow and this competition be such a vital part of architecture education in the state of Georgia. It is my passion as the chair of this committee to show and teach and help students understand architecture, and we could not do this without you. So big thank you to all the parents and teachers out there, and again, thank you to our sponsors.